Hi, it's Catherine from Educational Nurse. So I was supposed to have an interview this morning and it got canceled, and I was thinking about like some of the questions I know they were going to ask, and then because I started getting these questions asked anyways, because I got a few people saying tell me more information, tell me more. So I just sat here and figured I tell you more. So one of the questions was like, how did this like come to be? How did educational nurse come to be? And what really came from it is that I've been working at the bedside and I started noticing like patterns. I was teaching new nurses and I noticed patterns. And then I went back to school and I got my master's, and now I teach at the bedside 1 day a week. And again, I started noticing patterns that these nurses, student nurses, but will and soon all my students I have passed, patterns of show me more. I want to know how to document. I want to know how to do time management. I want to know what I do in certain situations that I find myself in. So, and then the big one was I do legal nursing. Been doing that for the last 10 years, and a legal nurse is working with lawyers for a deviation of standard of care, work for both sides. So I see all sides of it, and reading those charts over the last 10 years, I saw a pattern. So I went and I put it all together, and I made this course. It's 7 modules where it helps you with time management, documentation, how to protect your license. One of the big things I noticed is like the work-life balance, because I read this story about a nurse who she wrote a letter to her killer, and I so can relate with that because I feel the same way. Working during COVID, it's working the bedside, and just the things that we as nurses have seen and still have to deal with, our mental health is very shaken up. So I made a course to help nurses with this, but I pulled out special parts. So I pulled out just documentation module, and then I pulled out the work-life balance module, just so if you don't need the whole thing, you can pull out sides of it. But what it makes it special from all the other courses out there is I don't think there's anything like this, because all the courses help you pass your NCLEX, your boards, but it's like you're navigating this new avenue, new journey, and once you get into it, you're like, I'm scared. And I tell my students it takes at least 2 years for you to feel confident within yourself. So in those 2 years, are you getting the support that you need? A lot of places and people, nurses I've talked to, said no. So I created this course that also gives you a nurse that you can come talk to. Weekly, there's ones that have their own schedules. So you can sign up with a nurse. So if you buy the course, you get your own personal nurse coach that helps you navigate, and you talk through scenarios or whatever you need. And then there's like weekly things that I try to post weekly that you just say, hey, I don't need any extra help, but I want to come to the weeklies because some of the stories that we get into, I can so relate to it. So then it might spark something in me and say, hey, I have a question. And you only can ask a nurse this questions because no one else gets it. Like, we try to explain it to certain people and they look at you with this blank stare like, and? I'm so sorry. I'm so proud. Thank you for being a nurse. I could never do what you do. I could just never do it. And we're standing there going, is this real life? Like, this just happened. Whoa. And the only person who can listen to you and when you express yourself is another nurse. And sometimes you don't want to share that with other nurses or friends or family, or even, so that is why educationalnurse.com is here. I created this. So just know that you're not alone. And I hope you have a great day. And I wish you the best. If you could do me a favor, I know this is getting long now. If you could like copy, like, share this with anybody who you feel could so benefit from it, like a nurse, tell her, him, all the other pronouns. I don't want to get in trouble with that labeling. I don't mean any disrespect. I'm just here if you need us. All right, so go check it out.